Hello everyone. So today we're going to discuss lesson 2, that's error correction and feedback. So as teachers, it is one of our responsibilities to correct our students if they made some mistakes and also to provide them helpful feedback for their further improvement. Error correction versus feedback. Error correction performed by the teacher, followed by a feedback, is a usual part of the most traditional and even non-traditional school approaches. So it is very common for traditional or non-traditional schools to always give feedback every time students made mistakes. However, if we think about it, our ultimate goal is to teach the students how to become independent learners and be able to check their own work. Lack of awareness about the necessity of doing this has become one of the teaching challenges. So our main goal as teachers is to help our learners to become independent. So when we say independent, it's when they can identify their own mistakes and if possible they can correct themselves. But having or lacking this kind of awareness is one of our teaching challenges. So we have to remember as teachers that it's not necessary or it's not healthy that we always tell our students what to do. So they should learn to become independent with their understanding and, if possible, can correct their own mistakes. Let's define mistakes, errors, and feedback. Mistakes are slips which students can correct themselves once the mistake has pointed out to them. So this is where students can create or can have their self or can initiate self-correction. So mistakes are slips which students can correct by themselves. However, mistakes or these are not common among students. So as I've mentioned earlier, we have to teach our students to be independent when it comes to their learning. So some students or not all students can really identify their mistakes and can initiate self corrections. So that's why it's our job as teachers to help our learners improve this kind of skill. On the other hand, errors are mistakes which students cannot correct themselves and which need explanation. So in this case, this is where students need our guidance. So we have to explain to them what makes it incorrect. Okay, so when responding to errors, teachers should be seen as providing feedback, helping students to reshape their knowledge rather than telling students off because they are wrong. So when we observe our students made some mistakes in some particular topics, we have to provide them very helpful feedbacks to improve their understanding about that particular topic. So aside or rather than telling them or telling students off because they made mistakes, so we have to encourage them to realize what's the mistake and so that they can correct themselves in the future.